Hey, welcome back to the Motorcycle Travel Channel. My name is Sterling, and in this episode, we are going to continue our ride on the Northeast BDR. Before we get started, big shout out to Woody's Wheelworks for sponsoring this episode. I put a set of Woody's wheels on, absolutely love them, have not had any of the problems I've had with the BMW stock wheels in the past. So let's take a ride on the Northeast BDR in New Hampshire. I'm riding with Andrew, Eric, and Brian, three of the guys who helped scout out this new route for the BDR. What are we going to see today?
Today we're going to hit Sandwich Notch soon. We'll go through there. It was a great road, one of the few roads that we really want to get into this route because it's fantastic. After Sandwich Notch, we'll go through a little pretty area of nice homes and nice views. Then we'll get by Mount Chicorowa, and then up through towards Mount Washington. As we approach Mount Washington, we'll take Jefferson Notch Road and then come around Pinkham B Road and to get up the Auto Road, which gets us to the summit of Mount Washington.
The New Hampshire section of the Northeast BDR starts near the town of Bath. You'll definitely want to stop in at the Brick, America's oldest general store. After riding through the challenging roads in Vermont, you'll appreciate an opportunity to ride on the easier roads in New Hampshire. What was called a Class 3 road in Vermont is called a Class 6 road in New Hampshire. The New Hampshire section of the NEBDR is not without its challenges, but in general, expect a lot more pavement and some beautiful scenic riding. Sandwich Notch is short, but one of the most fun off-pavement sections of New Hampshire. That was really cool. That was my favorite part so far of New Hampshire. The trees closed in on the side of the road. There were some good jumps. A lot of fun. And then the reward through getting through that section is right here. Look at this, the Sandwich Creamery. So this is totally a self-service ice cream station in the middle of the woods. Chocolate, black raspberry, red raspberry sorbet. Right here, isn't that cool? Like in the middle of the woods, and then you put your money right in here. After you have your ice cream, you just put your money in this slot. Another little example of the kind of random, strange, fun, wonderful things that you can find on the road in a BDR trip here in New Hampshire. So this is just one of many covered bridges that you'll come across on the Northeast Backcountry Discovery Route. This one is the Durham Bridge. We're going through so many of these different bridges. This is probably the 7th one that we've passed through now.
I'm telling you, I don't even see a hole, dude. I think it's just a little crack in the tire.
Not entirely unexpected. It really is something you got to be prepared for on a BDR. I mean, definitely come prepared with your patch kits. And
usually you want to put a little slime on the sidewall or spit in there or piss on it or something, but
you're not pissing on my bike.
He's doing it dry and he might not get the bead to set properly.
You ready to roll? I'm feeling pretty confident. It was a very odd crack, not really a puncture, but a crack in the tire. Not sure how that happened, but we decided to slime it, use a slime product, and we put the slime in, and I've ridden about, 15 miles now. Lost about 5 pounds a little back ago, and we checked it, and it was at 15, and now it's still at 15 about 5 or 10 miles later. We just put some more air in there, so now it's at about 25-30, and I'm hoping that the slime is dried and it will it'll take.
I really like how this route changes along the way. You know, we start out down by New York where it's really populated, and then it really sort of seems like it gets wilder and more remote as we go. So now that we're in New Hampshire, we can see that, you know, it is sort of slowly getting a little more wild and less people, and it's only going to continue that way as we go further north into Maine.
So now we're going to come out to Chicorowa in just a couple of miles. There's a pretty view there. Bickford Homestead, 1817. It's just the cellar hole that remains 100 years ago. You would have had no trees. All this would have been farmland. There's stone walls in through the forest here. I don't know, it's just an overgrown bit of New Hampshire that still remains.
We're gonna get back on the road and go see the Cankamungus.
K-A-N-C.
K-A-N-C. The Kank. We're gonna get on the Kank. I'll see you on the Kank.
The Cankamungus Highway, a very famous highway here in New Hampshire. Very curvy, great for street bikes.
Definitely a lot of traffic on this section. That's something a little different than what we've been used to so far.
It cuts from Conway over to Lincoln. It goes over the notch at about 3,700 feet or so, along a riverside and through the mountains, so it's real curvy. We just saw here was a bunch of people. It's summertime today, so the boulders on the river are just covered with people. Then Bear Notch Road cuts us over to Bartlett. Then we get on 302, which has got some huge views of cliffs and mountains and things.
Crawford Notch is a really scenic section of riding on the pavement, and it passes several waterfalls along the way. When you see the Mount Washington Hotel, you'll know that you're getting close to one of the biggest highlights of the NEBDR, the Mount Washington Auto Road.
It's about a 7-mile drive from the gate, the toll house. Partially paved. I'm not sure what the percentage is. It's mostly paved, but there is some dirt sections. And you get some really great overlooks. You get some drop-offs. If you're scared of heights, you might have an issue. I don't know. Maybe not. Just watch the road.
You focus on that road. You don't want to focus on the rocks on the side.
You look down and it's kind of like, it's quick glances. It's quick glances.
Yeah.
Mount Washington. It's the highest point east of the Mississippi. We're lucky to get a nice day. We can get some overcast days. Sometimes if you're really lucky, you come up in the clouds, but all the clouds are lower than the hilltop here. So you get a really interesting view at the top of the clouds.
Get a cup of coffee and check out the view.
There is a cafeteria up there and a museum. There used to be a hotel up here, 1800s or so, but that's gone. Oh, there is the weather observatory up here too. They're up here 365 days a year in all kinds of weather.
The highest wind on Earth that was ever recorded, we're talking like 230 some miles an hour. Like that's almost as fast as I was riding this morning on some of those sections. You can see forever. There's the Cog Railway going down. I can hear it now, so we're gonna see if we can race it and beat it back down to the bottom. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this visit to New Hampshire on the newest BDR route, the Northeast BDR. Make sure you go to ridebdr.com, have a look at all the BDR routes that are available. You can download free GPS tracks for the Northeast BDR and all of the other routes as well. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.